Hello, friends. It's time for the Saturday Psychic Sampler. That's where you ask specific questions, and I do my very, very, very best to give specific answers. I am so grateful to see all of you here today. My name is Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. If you're here for the first time, you will need to subscribe in order to ask a question, and we welcome you. Before we get going, I want to say a huge thank you to Maria Baresi. Thank you for the very generous super sticker. Really appreciate that. And of course, a special shout out to all the members and the moderators. Let us right now hop on over to CardCam, where you can see that I am using Wiser Tarot. You know I love this deck. I own like 3 copies of it, and they're all beat up. I need a 4th. If I had a criticism of this deck, I don't love the cardstock. It's bendy too much. Like, it's easy to shuffle, but it takes on, like you can kind of see, it takes on a curve from riffle shuffling very quickly, unlike other decks. Will that keep me from getting a 4th and probably a 5th and 6th version of this deck? Why, no, it will not. It will not, because I love it. All right. Hang on one second. Let me just adjust something here. That is not what I wanted. Yeah, there we go. Hang on. There are buttons I forgot to push. Okay, they are now pushed. Here we go. Let's get going. Starting with Kimmy's Divination Station. So good to see you, Kim. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Here we go. I have a part-time retail job. My hours were down to only 10 a week. It took a while, but now it may be best, as I'll have more time to invest into building my business. What does Spirit have to say? All right, very good. Okay. Well, I think this is exactly correct. I think when we talk about the part-time job that you have, it is what it is. You do a good job there. It's fine. But when we talk about building your business, this is on some level terrifying to you, isn't it? Is it terrifying? Are you worried? Or is there someone around you who does not believe in you or does not believe in what you're doing? Because I feel like you've got the skill, you've got the knowledge, you've got the ability, you've got the desire, you've got the dedication, and guess what? Now you have the time. But why am I getting cards like this? I have questions. I feel like could be imposter syndrome, could be someone else whispering in your ear saying that it's not a good idea or you shouldn't do it or anything. It could be religious shame. It could just be like poo-pooing it. It could be a lot of different things. But there is an energy either within you or around you that makes you feel less capable when it comes to this. You will need to identify what that is in order to do this and prosper. And it is certainly time. All right. Mix you here. Good to see you, Michelle. Hope you're doing well. One of my neighbors left their cat in the lobby, so I've taken Kitty in while we find their human. It's the second time, apparently. What do I need to know about this situation? Do I just have 3 cats now? Is the cat companion okay? What do I need to know? Okay, so, or is this just like, see, y'all know my daughter has 2 babies, also 3 cats. And one of the 3 cats, Horatio, just loves to sneak out, just loves, like guaranteed, Horatio will sneak out any opportunity given and never goes away. You know, we'll just stand there and you can just go pick him up and bring him back on in. So it might be a cat personality like that too. We'll take a look. When we look at the kitty human, I think the kitty's human may be in some way impaired. Maybe always impaired, maybe impaired right now. And when we look at the kitty, I do feel like the kitty has not, I mean, I think the kitty's okay, but I feel like the kitty has not necessarily received as much care and attention as the kitty needs. Is the kitty going to stay with you? I don't know, man. I feel like the right way to handle this is to do exactly what you're doing. Hang on to the cat now, take care of the cat, but try to talk to the owner and find out what's up there. Is it possible that the cat could go back to the owner and be okay? There are concerns in this story. There are concerns. But I don't know if the concerns rise to the level of this person cannot have this cat. I don't know we're going there. So I would say stay very open-minded here. What are the chances that I think the cat is going to end up living with you? I don't think so. And make sure it says Kitty would have had to sneak out, get into the elevator, got into the elevator. Kitty takes the elevator. That is the best. Yeah, see, that's the kind of personality it feels like this cat has. Kitty is scared for, but is pretty skinny. So yeah, I feel like this is like, this person does not take care of cats the way you take care of cats. And it's probably not ideal, but it's also probably not rising to the level of, I don't know. But yeah, there's an impairment there. Make sure if the owner, so let's see, is the owner the person you think it is? Do the person you think is the owner, is that the owner? Very likely, yes. Very likely, yes. And yeah, there is an impairment there. And so maybe it's a matter of like, how can you help? So good luck. Nalini, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Good to see you. Is moving to Jacksonville a good idea for me? And if so, will job transfer and finding an apartment work out by the end of May, since that's when my current lease is up? Brad's father passed away less than 2 weeks ago. Does he have any message for Brad? Okay, so that's two separate questions. One for Brad and one for you. We'll do yours first, of course. Moving to Jacksonville, I mean, it's a place to be. But like Jacksonville, as compared to where you are now, I would say is a slight improvement, but I don't know that it's a major improvement. Would you be able to get everything together by the end of May? Probably yes. If you want to do this, you can do it. Is it advisable? I mean, it's not bad. If you want to do it, there's no reason not to. But I also I can't figure out a compelling reason to. I feel like you're looking to do it just because you need a change. And if you need a change, it will probably be slightly better. But it's also a big hassle. So I'm not discouraging it. I'm also not entirely encouraging it. And so let's say, well, is there somewhere else that would be like just the greatest place for you to move to? There might be. And maybe Jacksonville is a way of sort of getting yourself to a place where it will then be easier to get to another place you would want to be. So I wouldn't see Jacksonville as like where you want to stay forever. But I don't see it as bad either. And I do see you ultimately finding the place that you really, really want to be, that really is the right place for you. So there's all that. Good luck. Now, for Brad. Brad's father passed away less than 2 weeks ago. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Messages from him. Well, he wants Brad to know that he's okay. He's fine. It's all good. And he wants Brad to learn to take emotional responsibility in a way that he himself never did. That's the message. I hope that makes sense. All right. And I, again, so sorry for your loss. Melissa, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. You have a heavy one today. No, it's fine. As you know, like, you're apologizing for the context, and I'm grateful for you doing all of that typing, because for the Saturday Psychic Sampler, the more context, the more juice, and we like the juice. Okay. Okay, here we go. I have a good friend I've known for 20 years. We dated a long time ago. At that time, I let him borrow a significant sum of money. Turns out he gave it to an ex who needed the money. She didn't know it was from me, so he looked like the altruistic person. That's already sus. Like, you stop the story there and it's already so sus. But okay, we keep going. We keep going. She didn't know it was for me. He looked like an altruistic person. Fast forward 20 years, and I have never been repaid. It was a messy breakup many years ago, and we never had a formal agreement about repayment. He and his girlfriend just bought a new massive house. As I was standing in it a few weeks ago, so obviously you're still friends. As I was standing in it a few weeks ago, I couldn't help but feel resentment creeping in. While I recognize he works hard, etc., it does not feel right that he has not repaid me. I have so many questions about this situation, but will rely on everyone's favorite TFGM to ask the appropriate question. What I am looking for is a way to process this so I don't feel resentful towards him and stew in anger. I am so sorry, Melissa. And can you just tell me, if you are here with us right now, I have in my mind, okay, we're going to play a little game. I have in my mind a suspicion of who this person is. And if it is the person, I think it is someone I have met and have communicated with you that when I met him, I was wowed by his charisma. Is it this person, or is it someone completely different? Inquiring minds want to know. It won't change the reading. I'm just super... indeed, you do know him and have met him. Okay, that's even more context. I know exactly who we're talking about here. And if any person, like this guy, okay, for context for everyone else here, when I met this guy, I'd never met him before in my life. I had heard of his existence, okay? Melissa and I have a mutual friend who is a yoga teacher and owns yoga studios. And the yoga studio is on the second floor. I'm there. I'm standing like on the landing on the top, and I'm sort of messing with my phone or doing something. And this very good looking guy comes up the stairs, and I don't have a poker face. He probably noticed me noticing him, and he just came up, and if any other guy did this, they would be down at the bottom of the stairs so fast. But he just sort of put his arm around my waist and said, "Oh, hello." And it was just so nice and so smooth. What this says to me is this is a guy who gets away with stuff that other people cannot get away with. Some other guy, I don't know, comes up and puts his arm around my waist. Oh no, he's lucky if he leaves with his arm intact. But this guy, oh, hello. So that's the energy we're dealing with here. So it's very understandable to me that he can do this sort of thing. All right, fine. What do we need to know about this? Okay, I have a series of questions. So everyone prepare for the dialogue. Here we go. Here is an example of a tarot dialogue. I don't really care. Like the early story where he borrows money from you and gives it to his ex. Like, that's so weird. I barely care about it because it's 20 years ago. But I do think it is kind of important. Why did he feel the need to give money to his ex? Because his ex needed it, and he needed to look like the good guy. This is a guy that always likes to be a good guy. And I mean, you're also his ex, and you're still his friend. He likes that. Because that proves, hey, I'm a good guy. I'm friends with my exes, so I'm a good guy. Deepika, a clever man indeed. Oh, and talented, and just a very, very interesting guy. Um, so he did it to look like a good guy. That is his thing. He's got to look like a good guy. Why has he never paid you back? Look at that. 3 major arcana cards, which to me say there was no agreement. And at this point, I think he's hoping you've forgotten. He's hoping you've forgotten. Does he consciously remember it? With no guilt if he does. You know, like very entitled. There's a sense of entitlement here. So, does he have a plan to pay you back? I think when he thinks about it, and I don't think he thinks about it often, I think when he thinks about it, he's like, oh yeah, I should take care of that. But then he thinks, Melissa hasn't said anything, it's good. So what should you do? It's not feeling good to sit with this. It's not feeling good anymore. It's too weird. Should you say, you know, a long time ago, remember that? I would sure like to settle that up now so we can go forward. You could have that conversation. You could say that with him, to him. What would his reaction be? I think if you did it in a way that didn't make him look bad, if you did it like, you know, I had sort of forgotten about it, but I was going through some... No, you don't want to say you forgot about it. No, you don't want to say that. What do you want to say? You want to say, you know, I never wanted to bother you with it, but at this point, I would like to see us get closure on that old chapter. And so if you did it in a way that doesn't make him look bad, because if you make him look bad, he'll go defensive. But if you do it in a way that doesn't make him look bad, he'll tell you he'll pay you back and then probably never pay you back. Is there any way you get your money back? No, you're not getting your money back. So then, do you continue to be friends with him? You enjoy your friendship with him for whatever reason you do. So here's how you handle it. From what we've seen in this dialogue, Gianna, I'm loving this, right? Well, it's a good opportunity to teach the dialogue with a real situation. Melissa, makes sense. He's very easily defensive, so I'll dance a careful dance. Yeah. So the thing is, if you honor the friendship and care about the friendship, I think what you have to do is just write off the loan. Just write it off, because you're not getting it back anyway. And recognize this is the tax of being a friend to this person. And I mean, and I'm not making excuses, you know, like if you decide not to be his friend or if you decide to talk to him about it, you talk to him about it, you'll have a nice conversation, you probably won't see your money. And that will just bring up new resentment. So if you decide you really do want to be friends with him, and after all these years, I think you do, you have stories together, you have things that you do together. So I think you have to recognize that as much as he's kind of an entitled little bitch, the enjoyment of having him in your life is worth the price, and you're just going to pay the price. It's a friendship tax. And I mean, you know, like my friends, those of you who are personal friends with me know there's a friendship tax for me, which is I got very little time. I love you to death, and I got very little time to let you know that because I'm busy. So that's the friendship tax if you're friends with me. I think that would be how to handle it. What do you think? Melissa, that was my gut sense of what I'd need to do. I appreciate it. Is there some magic I can do to get rid of my resentment? It is there. I think there's probably a way you could even use Monday's eclipse. What I would do Yeah, I love this. I love this. What I would do is around or near the eclipse, like even because you'll probably be at work, but even just in a minute at that time when you know that that's what's going on, just sort of say, in this moment of darkness, I release to the darkness all of the feelings that do not serve me about this situation and anything else. Why not? And if you, like you're in a meeting or whatever, you can't do it at that exact time, you could do it beforehand. You could say, my intention is during the, whatever it is, 4 minutes of darkness, all of these things that cause darkness for me will be released. Try that. Gianna's like, ask for the darn money until you get it. That's legit. You could do that for sure. For sure. But yeah, I like it. And you know, I just thought of that eclipse idea for you. But now I'm gonna spread that far and wide because I really like it. We all got some kind of darkness we need to get rid of. So give your darkness to the dark. There it is. I love it. Thank you. All right. And thanks everyone for your support and for participating in this. Right? Joyous Ocean Eclipse Magic. Why not? All right. Oh, this is an interesting one. Martha Vink, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Should mom get a cat? We think so. She's lonely, but she's hesitant, though she loves cats and has always had one or two. A friend needs to rehome 7-year-old Marley. Would she be a good companion for mom? Oh, I love this. I love this. Okay, here we go. Oh, and Kimmy's all about the eclipse idea. I may need to make a video about that and share it because it feels good. I don't know. I mean, I'm not very astrological and I don't know a lot about astrological magic, but it makes sense to me. All right. Okay. So 7-year-old Marley is the kitty. And then we have your mom. And so when we look at mom, here's mom. She's worried about being able to take care of a cat. And she's worried about what happens to the cat if she predeceases the cat. So right away, like, do I think mom should have a cat? Yeah, I do, but you, as the person who lives nearby, probably needs to agree to be on litter box duty to some extent and on rehoming the cat or taking the cat if that should need to happen. Like mom is concerned about the responsibility. So like it's mom's cat, the cat lives with mom, but you have to sort of help out and agree to take responsibility for mom to be okay with it, I think. Now, 7-year-old Marley. Well, certainly needs a home. Yeah, I'm down for this. I think if you can work it out with mom so mom feels comfortable doing it, I think mom really wants it, but is really worried about the responsibility and will it be fair to the cat. So I think you can work this out and it's probably a good idea. Hey, Glass Rose, good to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, next question on the list is, and for those of you just coming here, I do this in the order that I see it, so I will get to you. Bella Luna, hello, will an ex contact me during this retrograde? Man, the retrograde does bring them out of the woodwork, doesn't it? Will you have an ex contact you during this retrograde? No, I think you're safe this time. I think you're good. I don't think so. Barbie Bird, man, I got your comment after the fact. And so I was hoping you would be here today, Barbie, so we could talk about this. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member. We appreciate you. I was let go from my job yesterday, suddenly. And I'm left in shock and trying to work through my issue of feeling easy to reject. What does Spirit want me to know about this? And what advice does Spirit have for me moving forward? Is this all a huge blessing in disguise? I think it is. I swear to goodness, I think it is. Like I think it is. Yeah, we're on the same page here for sure. Barbie, you're so fun. The emotional roller coaster I've been on has left me exhausted. Well, I mean, I'm just thinking like this on top of everything else you've been going through. It just feels like so much in a very compressed period of time. So, first of all, in terms of being let go from this job, like, was it a budgetary thing or like a position being eliminated? Because I don't think they hate you. So like it feels like strategic and not personal is the way I want to say it. And Barbie, I'm already unsure where to live and move, and then this, right? During the eclipse season. Now the idea, like just that feeling of rejection, like it never feels good to get let go no matter the reason. It never feels good. But the thing is, you're seeing it as something bad about you. Like not only is it like, okay, well now we're in logistical free fall and we have to figure out what to do. Yes, they said your position was eliminated. That's what I thought. They like you. They're sad about this. They're really sad. So this was a strategic economic decision. It had nothing to do with you. But it still feels bad, and there is a spiritual exercise in this for you, is that you have to tell yourself, remind yourself, convince yourself that this isn't about you and this is not a rejection of you. It is simply a corporate decision, end of story. Now, when we look at the job that you are leaving, you know, there were ways it was an okay job. There were ways it wasn't. But you never would have left, I think, on your own this quickly. And yet, like never having to go back there doesn't feel terrible. So, okay, cool. You don't want me. I don't want you either. Fine. See you later. What about a new job and where? So, I think this is the universe working on your behalf, and I know it's hard, and I'm not trying to like bypass or hit you with toxic positivity, because I know it's hard. I know it feels bad. Barbie, I lost my mind at HR. Oops. I understand, man. I'm sure they understand too. And then you say, I'm really trying to reframe everything while I'm having those negative thoughts. Yes, 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 yes. That's the right thing. That is absolutely the right thing. Right? And I'm not wrong, right? So there you go. So you were wondering where to live in the first place. And now you don't have a job tying you to a location. So what do? You look for a job everywhere and anywhere you might want to be. Maybe you also look for remote jobs, because if you feel like working remote or if your work is the kind of work that can be remote. And you look for jobs in the current town, the old town, and any other town you might want to live in, and let the universe help you figure out where you should land by casting your net wide. How quickly before you have a job? Oh, I think it's going to be swift. I think you'll have a job very quickly. And how badly will this impact your finances? I think you're going to be okay. So as long as you don't let this cause a depression, I really feel like this could be a great thing for you. You just have to see it as being open to opportunity and being very proactive about looking for the next thing and working with the universe to do that. Good luck. All right. Febborn, I missed you. Here we are. I'm back to you now. What can I expect moving forward on all fronts? Well, definitely new opportunities where job is concerned. And then with that, There is creativity. There is a housing change. There's all of it. All the things that you should expect, I think you can expect. Barbie, the financial aspect worries me, but worries me the most. Understandable. But that's my weak root chakra. So, okay. A lot of us have root chakra issues. Red underwear. Wear red underwear. That's it's not the solution, but it does support the root chakra. So, there is that. Thanks so much. I'm going to remember this reading every time I feel down. Absolutely. Hang in there. I think it will be good. I think this is going to move you on to something better. Okay. Deepika, I have exams coming up May 24, so that's soon, and I've been studying hard for them for a while now. Can you please tell me if I will be getting desired results? I think you will get good results. I think you'll be okay. But I think this whole thing is like scary and hard, and they may throw things at you that you are not prepared for. So if it's just pass fail, I think you're likely to pass. But if you're looking for like a threshold, I think it's going to be hard. And so when we talk about studying, I would say if you have a study group or people to help you study, it would be good to study with people. That would be helpful. Okay. Who's next? Cassandra, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. How will my summer plans go? Planning some trips out of state. So good. And my mom. Okay, and then we're going to do mom. Okay, got it. So how will the summer plans go? I mean, it's a lot of work to make it all happen, but I think it's going to be fabulous. I think you're doing exactly the right things at the right times. I think it's going to go great. I feel really good about it. I'm excited. Okay, Deepika, if it's just pass or fail, I think you have a very good chance of passing, but I would still try to study with friends or with a group. I think that would help. Okay, so Cassandra, I love your summer plans. Put me in your suitcase. It looks like way too much fun. Mom, Raquel, who is also a member here, is asking about her relationship. She doesn't want any more surprises. So will there be more unpleasant surprises? Maybe not. It may be that he is learning his lesson. All right. Hey, Smile Soul 20, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Caroline McLaughlin, good to see you. Thank you for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Okay. Madiha Ness, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Okay, Ness, thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Here we go. Will job T, S, or P work out for Audie? Or something completely different? Okay. T looks good. S actually looks even better. Probably not P. It's probably T or S, and I probably like S the best, or something completely different. There could be something completely different that is better than all of it. Oh, Justine, I haven't even gotten to you yet. Seriously, haven't even gotten to you yet. You are coming up at your 1, 2, 3. You're the 4th from where I am now. All right. So the thing I would say, Ness, is that a lot of these options are good for him, and there may be other options too. So one way or the other, I think he's going to land in a good spot. Feels good. Okay, Adrija. Yeah, was not able to answer your question last week. We had a a fatal tech flaw that was sort of my fault. But in my defense, I did, if you're ever not sure, go to the community tab and I'll always leave a comment and let y'all know what happened. In my defense, you don't know what you don't know. And so there was something I did not know, and that thing that I did not know created a flaw that we couldn't work with. So I had to just sign off after 10 minutes. But that particular problem will never happen again because I learned from the experience. I'm sure many other problems will happen, but not that one. All right. Technology is so funny. Like when you're not, and I know, Adrija, you're a tech person. I am not. I have never been technical. So tech problems are so funny when you're trying to do like fairly high level tech and whatever. Luckily, IT John is here to help. Ness. Wow, that's pretty good looking though. Yeah, there it is, for sure. Okay, here it is. For Adrija, do you see me getting any calls from Microsoft? Ooh, maybe not right now. Do I see you switching and moving to Seattle? That is a possibility. I don't think it involves Microsoft. It might involve something else, but that is a possibility, but it's not for sure. It could happen. We have a question about timing and how, but it is possible. And do I think it would be to your advantage to live in Seattle? I think there's ways it would be and there's ways it wouldn't be. But I know you've got people there and that's a lot of it. So yeah. Okay, Julie, good to see you. Any advice to fix my life, which has a lot of pain? Well, I think there has been a lot of pain. I mean, historically, there has been a lot of pain for a long time. So yeah, it does. How do you fix it? You can't let the past dictate the future. Like, you have to heal from the past. And I think you have to learn better ways of taking care of yourself. Because I feel like while you've been dealing with difficulties, you haven't been able to move forward because you haven't been able to have the time or the energy to heal or to grow or to learn. So those are the things that you'll have to work on now. But you'll get there. It'll be okay in the long run. Okay. Christine Hallowell, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Will the potential new job coming for me be related to the martial arts school or is it something else? What a great question. Okay, so martial arts school, something else, very likely something else. Now, if you really want to work at the martial arts school, like, I don't know, I don't think there's anything you can do to increase your chances there. So it may be something else. Okay. Okay, and Justine, here we are, and I see your addendum there. Okay. Justine, thank you for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. I've been running into countless issues and roadblocks since I've gotten to Galveston. Still feel like I'm fighting an uphill battle at every turn. The struggle is lonely and real. I'm sorry. What does Spirit want me to know about moving forward and my progress here so far? I'm also wondering about my roommate situation here. I do remember. There are some really toxic family dynamics. I have to be careful about who I can trust. I want to believe he has my back, but I've been waiting for him to fix the hot water for 3 days now. I have a reason to believe he might not be supportive as he leads on to be. Can I trust Ethan, or is he just putting on a front like my cousin does, serving my mom's agenda above all else, reporting back to her on me? Oh, you deleted the app. Way to bury the lead, my friend. Congratulations. That was the right thing to do. I am so proud of you. I am so, so, so proud of you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So this is your cousin and your cousin's husband. Okay. So what Spirit wants you to know in general is, moving forward is hard when you're dealing with all the same old stuff. And in a lot of ways, there is a lot of same old stuff going on here because of family dynamics and because wherever you go, there you are. And so that's hard, but you're doing okay. Now, does your cousin's husband have your back? I mean, he works for your mom. And so if you and your mom's agenda are aligned, then yes. If there's a different agenda, if your mom has a different agenda than you do, no. He allies and aligns with your mom. And you can't even take that personally because he feels like he owes her, like maybe he works for her, something like that. So you cannot, if it's about like, I don't want my mom to know X, Y, or Z, or this is my mom's priority, but I need this to be my priority. No, no, you can't. You can't. But then again, when we look at, okay, so there's two troublesome behaviors here. One is he's not doing his job in terms of taking care of the property. And that I feel like he's prioritizing other properties first. I think that's what that is, which is a pain in the butt, but there it is. Will he do what he needs to do and fix what needs to be fixed? He will. Why is he taking so long? I think he just feels like there's other priorities. And then, so that's what he's not doing. But what about the things he can sometimes do? Is that going to be a problem? I think he'll keep it away from you. I think his bad habits will stay away from you. So that's good. Now, should you let the cousin pick up your prescription and bring it to you? My mind would say, of course, why not? But the reality of it is, I feel like, and excuse me for saying this about your family, anytime you ask this person to do a favor for you, you will pay for it in the end. Much better to do the drive and get it yourself than owe this person. And I'm sorry to say this about your family, but that's how it's showing up to me. I apologize. And Justine, here I am saying all this mean stuff, and here you are not only being a member, not only being a moderator, but helping out with a super sticker as well. Thank you. Thank you for your kindness. I really appreciate that. All right. Okay, here we go. Christine, I really think you will hear something soon. Absolutely. All right, Christina R. This is the big question. I know it's the answer is coming up this week, one way or the other. What do we think it will be? Will I be moving to Spokane this week? This doesn't necessarily say yes or no. It just says whatever it is hard. I'm really not sure. I don't know. Yes, you do. If I had to put money on it, I would say it's probably not going to happen. But I think we should still be hopeful. Now, if I'm wrong and it does happen, and I would be hopeful, prayerful, and magical, I would ask your mom to do some magic on it. If it does happen, would they keep you for the summer too? Yeah. Once you're there, they'll keep you. It's just a matter of getting there. So every prayer, every magic, every candle, let's do it. Cassandra, I did do your mom's cards. I did do it. It was the Two of Cups, which was really, and something else, which made me think that maybe either he's getting old and tired, or maybe he is learning his lesson, was what I said. So surprisingly, I was surprisingly optimistic there, where I recognized, that's weird, but I was. All right. Allie Mammon, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I've started learning various cartomancy systems. Cool. I feel like I'm on the right path. Am I correct? There's always more to learn. Are you on the right path for you yourself in terms of your practices? I feel like there's more. There's more on the deeply psychic level and ancestral level. There's even more. So yes, you're on the right path, but there's more in terms of your own stuff. What more do I need to know from you, my spirit guides, and the universe? That along with the cards, like the cards open up a lot of psychic stuff. And it works really well together. And so just recognize that this is making you more psychic, and it's helping you on that level. Before I didn't give any time or wasn't able to understand or get the correct books to get the correct combination for the right path, but now I am. Good. I also did a reading that came as the High Priestess reversed, the Hierophant, and the Six of Cups to learn how to open my psychic gifts. And I thought that was a mix of traditional and intuitive learning. I love that. That can get me to open it up and then give back to the universe by becoming a reader, hence the question. Yes. I would also say, I think that's a fabulous interpretation. And yeah, the whole thing is, you've got the psychic ability. You've got it. What more do you need to know to unlock the psychic ability? Do not be afraid of it. There's a part of you that wants it so bad, but there's another part of you that's also afraid of it. Do not be. So yeah, you're on the right path. All right, Maria Baresi, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And thank you for the generous super sticker. Will everything start to stabilize in the next couple of months? Let's take a look. It depends what you mean by stabilize. I feel like your son may be having some issues. I feel like finances may be a bit of a concern. I think you're trying to stay really positive. I would say within the next 6 months, everything will stabilize beautifully. On the way there will be some ups and downs. What do you need to know about that? You just keep doing what you're doing, learning what, do what you need to do, learn what you need to learn. Don't forget your crafting work. Excuse me. Don't forget your crafting work. I really feel like there's that's got to be part of it. I don't know if you're doing it right now or not, but you need to be. All right. JD Estrada, nope, I'm seeing you. And in fact, great timing because it's your turn. It is literally your turn. As you're coming in and saying, I posted my question earlier. Don't know if you saw it or not. I can post it again. No need because you're up next. Here we go. Hello. Thanks for being here. Do you see a physical meeting between H and myself? I have not seen this person since 2018. Do we think this will happen? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, no. Should it happen? Not necessarily. So, maybe not. Hey, Susan, thanks for being here. Glad you're here. Next question I see is Lisa E. Glad you're here. Continuing on from yesterday. Ace of Pentacles on Monday and the Chariot yesterday. What can I do in preparation for whatever is coming that I need to buckle up for? Good question. Recognize the path that got started during the housing crisis has been spiritually led in a lot of ways. And there is something along those lines that is coming for you that offers you greater opportunity to help and greater opportunity for your own prosperity. So I think it's just going to land on your doorstep, and there it's going to be. And I think it'll be good. So there it is. I don't know that you have to prepare. Just be ready for it when it comes. All right. Kitty Beckwith, good to see you. Thanks for being here. My car of 12 years broke down again. Oh my gosh. Should I fix it or buy a new one? So there's a part of me that's like, 12 years? Definitely buy a new one. But let's take a look and see. Let's see. Fix it. You know what? I would definitely talk to a mechanic, maybe a couple of them, because obviously you don't want to keep pouring money into something that isn't, where it's not going to work. But there, even though it's 12 years, it may make sense to fix it. I don't, like, my first thought was, well, 12 years, no. Upgrade, time for an upgrade. But honestly, it may be fixable and you may be able to get more years out of this car. So, okay, Dishy654 asking for a general reading. So what we do for the Saturday Psychic Sampler typically is not a general reading. I'm happy to do it for you. But what we're looking for primarily would be specific questions. But for you, Dishy, the thing you need to know right now is there something in your life that you really want? And you can get it if you fight for it. There you go. Rose. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. We appreciate you. What do the cards say regarding moving to Florida, staying in MS? What's MS? Missouri, Minnesota? Oh, I missed Santiago. Gianna, I love you. Thank you. Santiago, I am so sorry. I'll get back to you. I'm in the middle of Rose, so I'll do Rose and then I'll go back and find Santiago. Thank you, Gianna. Really appreciate that. Thank you for taking care of each other and helping me. Okay. So, staying in MS, moving to Florida, going somewhere else. I feel like there's a lot of questions here about resources and ability. Like, whatever happens here, you would need to have the right resources, the right help, the right ability for any of this. I feel like staying where you are now is okay. Moving to Florida might bring some healing, but again, there's some logistical stuff around it. So I would say you are like, there's a lot of things going on here, and it's about you, and it's about family, and it's about where you will prosper most, but it's also about how are you being heard and how are your needs being considered and cared for. So there's a lot going on here. There's not a simple answer. But I will say you are right to be asking questions. That I will say. And honestly, if nothing else shows up, staying where you are for now is not bad because the move you want may come later. All right. Vicky, sure. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yes. So on Saturdays, we do specific questions. I will do a general for you right now since you requested. But what we like to do on Saturdays is specific questions. But here we go. Let's see what the cards have for you. Oh, I'm sorry. I did it again. Okay, Vicky, yes, I'm coming to you, but I'm going to go back and go back to Santiago, who I did miss. I am so sorry. Santiago Espinoza, good to see you. Thanks for being here. What does the universe want me to know in regards of my romantic possibilities? I'm single. And you are so tired of being single. But when you have a partner, it's going to be interesting because you're tired of being single, but the adjustments that you will have to make in partnership will also be very interesting. What I will say, I do think that you may be meeting someone of interest within the next 3 to 7 months. But I also want to say that you may have a lot of issues around being vulnerable with someone or trusting someone on that level. And so there's some things you'll have to work through as well. All right. Joyous Ocean, I haven't seen you yet. I mean, I'm seeing you here, but I haven't seen your question yet. So I don't know. Okay, Vicky Shore, thanks for your patience. And again, Santiago, I'm so sorry that I skipped you. And Gianna, thank you for letting me know. Anyone, that's how it's done. I am looking at so many buttons and screens here. It's not even funny. It is possible that I will skip people. When I do as Gianna did and let me know. Okay. So Vicky, here's what you need to know right now. Now is the time to nurture yourself and others, especially where there has been hurt and pain. The answer to hurt and pain is nurturance. Okay. George, good to see you. Thanks for being here. How is Sherry feeling this week toward me? Is anything changing? And thanks for your kind words. I think he may be, he thinks about talking to you from time to time. Why does he want to talk to you? There was an attraction between you in the beginning, and I think sometimes it kind of comes up. But this should not make you hopeful because you know how he is. Santiago, you are quite welcome. Thanks for your patience. Vaishali, good to see you. Thanks for being here. How do I control my mind from distraction, daydreaming, and negative thoughts? I want my mind and thoughts to be focused on positivity toward my goal. I want consistency in the work I do. How do I do this? Honestly, just by writing that question, you're doing it. By stating that affirmation, you're doing it. No one can do it fully because we're human. But honestly, I think you're already doing a good job at this. I know you feel you're not, but you're getting there. I think to some extent, you need to make time for a certain amount of daydreaming because that's in your nature and we all need it. So you need to make time for your own downtime, and then it will be easier for you to focus when you need to focus. So allow yourself some downtime for daydreaming because you need some of that too. All right. Okay, Emily, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Advice in life. Not the most specific question, but we'll do it. The advice in life is don't overextend yourself. I feel like in terms of time or money or energy, you're going off in all kinds of directions and you might need to pull it in a little bit. I skipped you, Lucky Leaf. I am so sorry. Did I though? I don't think so. I see you coming up right after Jean Mnuchin's question. I haven't gotten there. So I haven't skipped you yet. But thanks for being here. I appreciate you, and I will get to you. Okay. Gianna, you're up next. My boyfriend and I are going to a birthday party tonight and supposed to dress in any kind of fun costume or outfit we want. It's tonight. No idea how we should dress. Can the cards help in any way? Thank you. The costume outfit doesn't have to be a couple thing. Okay, let's see. Well, and I think especially your boyfriend is not interested in anything really elaborate. So it needs to be clever and easy. It needs to be clever and easy. So what should you do? Should you try to dress as, like, I don't think you want to dress as something, we're Jack and Rose from the Titanic, nothing like that too elaborate. Honestly, let's see. I think it might be fun to do like weird, loud, fun, like wearing clothes that you just normally wouldn't wear. I think you could maybe shop in your closets and play with color, play with style, like find out of style things, and just be silly and mismatched, or silly and very colorful. I think you should just go for silly and fun. Ah, Gianna, so true. Yep, there it is. Okay. Oh, Emily, you did come up with a specific question. I'll do your specific question. What is Jacob's thoughts about me? I don't trust him, and you shouldn't. You're right. Okay. Joyous Ocean, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. I feel like my body is in revolt. It is demanding less doing and more being, more rest, more empty space, but I have things to do. Is it my body, or am I making that up? Is it my brain? How can I get things done to catch up and rest? That's my question. It's a good one. I know you were struggling to come up with a question, but you actually came up with a really good one. What's going on? Is this your body? I think it's kind of an all of the above thing. And, here's what I'm going to say. And this is hard, but I'm going to say it. I believe, my friend, Dion, Joyous Ocean, there has never been a time in your life where you haven't been dealing with some sort of trauma and or abuse. It's not that you're having a hard time getting done what you need to get done. It's that you're having a hard time getting done what you need to get done while you are also carrying a lot of trauma and abuse with you. And I know you're a healer and you've done a lot of healing work. I'm not saying you haven't. But I am saying that one of the things you will do is be like, I'm strong. I can take care of me. Let me take care of all of this. Let me take care of other people. And you do a good job at that, and that's part of the work you do as well. But I think there needs to be, over time, more attention paid to your own healing. And I think as you do that, your body will not be in so much revolt. That's what I think's going on. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. If you have medical questions about your body, consult your doctor. But that's my story. Let me know what you think. Okay, a penny for your thoughts. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. We appreciate you. I wonder what to do next. Hypnotherapy, healing, or start making a business with herbs and herbal products. And I feel like those things are ultimately not mutually exclusive, right? Or is there something else? I'm an artist as well. So I feel like ultimately you're just going to be adding in things and rolling things into what you do. Oh, JD, I answered your question. I did you. And the answer was no. I do not. I do not see it. And honestly, I even asked, well, is it a problem that you might not? And I don't think it's a problem either. All right. So, penny for your thoughts. Oh, yay. Okay, good. Good. Okay. I thought that answer might be upsetting, so I'm glad you're okay. All right. Should you do hypnotherapy, healing, start a business with herbs, do your art, or something else? It's interesting that there's something else. And I think there's a question here around what do you need to monetize? And is the goal to like fully support yourself? Or is the goal to build your hobbies into businesses? Like, what's the ultimate goal as far as financial versus personal satisfaction versus your own healing? There's a lot of factors to all of this. And so the question is, like, I feel like there are some things that you don't see, really. Hypnotherapy, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not feeling that for you. Herbology, maybe. But there's a part of me that says, lean into your art. Fight for your art. Do your art. You can do the other things too, that's fine. But the art, do not neglect the art. That's what I want to say. Joyous Ocean, yes, and absolutely carrying the weight of the world and need rest. Yep. I received that. I need to focus on me more. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, Kimmy's Divination Station, good to see you. Yeah, catch the replay, because I did you a long time ago. You were the first question. Gianna, I'm just loving the spilling of the tea. Well, I mean, that's part of it. We're not doing it in an unkind way, you know. We're not doing it in an evil, gossipy way. Penny, for your thoughts. Thanks, I'll make a painting tomorrow. Yes. That's what we want to see. Not that we don't want to see the other things, but don't deprioritize your art. That's really the thing. Okay. Hang on, I'm just scrolling through. Oh, Kimmy, you're going to light a bonfire for the eclipse. Yeah, and you're going to throw into the bonfire what does not serve you. All right, Glass Rose, you're up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a new subscriber. Welcome. We have a fun community here. We do live reading, live streams 4 times a week usually, and live free classes and meetups 3 times a month usually. So I'm happy to have you here. Penny, for your thoughts. I'm really good at hypnosis. Yes, and it's fine for you to do it, but you're also really good at art. Diana Price, we should all make a painting tomorrow. I agree. Except I don't paint, man. If I ever were to paint, that would be such a bad scene. Oh my gosh. I can tell you stories. Some days I will. Someday I will. Okay. Glass Rose. May I know when my physical health will be completely healed? It's taking time, my friend, and I'm so sorry to hear that, but it will happen. It will happen. And if I had to guess how long it will take, I'm going to say by the end of the summer is what I'm thinking. So hang in there. I will paint. And yeah, you can do hypnosis too, but I just feel like painting is so important. And Diana's like, I don't paint. She's like, we should all make a painting. And then she's like, I don't paint either. Right. Martha, I hadn't seen your feedback earlier. Thank you for that. Okay, scrolling through. Smile Soul 20, you're up next. Oh no, which uncle? I'm so sorry. Smile Soul 20, thanks for being a member. Thanks for being here. Will my uncle be okay? He's recovering from a serious health issue. So while I've never met Smile Soul 20's uncles, I know them all by name and reputation because I know her aunt. So I'm personally concerned now, but whichever one it is, he's recovering from a serious health issue. Will he be okay? It's going to take time, and I think there will always be, there's always a piece of this. like I don't know that he is. I don't know that he is. How do I want to say this? I don't know that he'll ever be as he was. I feel like this is changing him. And it's concerning, and it's concerning to the whole family. But I do think he can recover and be okay. So this is not great. It's not great news. But it's also not the worst. And give my love to every single person in your family, even the ones who don't know me. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Okay. Scrolling through. Milk and Honey. Milk and Honey Tarot, you are up next. What can I expect from the eclipse in Aries? All right. I think that you could use the eclipse in Aries to help you gain more confidence. There's areas in your life where you need more confidence. The eclipse can help. Okay. And Lucky Leaf Productions. I'm so interested. What is the lucky leaf? And is it the leaf I think it might be? I'm so interested. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. My name is Minoka. So nice to meet you. I'm Christiana. I'm glad you're here. I am still in love with my ex. He is hot and cold right now. Would there be a long-term positive reconciliation? Let's take a look. I think there are feelings on both sides still. I can't promise you long-term reconciliation. That would be a choice that each of you would have to make over time. But do I think it is possible to have a conversation and work toward that? I do. But I also feel like it could take time. And like, you don't want to push this. You don't want to push this at all. You want to be present, but not pushy. Good luck. Penny for your thoughts. I need more confidence about my painting. There you go. Okay, and there's a second question, and normally we only do one question per person, but since you're new here, I'm welcoming you. We'll do this as well. I started a job in teaching Korean to save cash. Very good. I also opened a filmmaking company. Look at you. Am I on the right track by staying here, or should I just go back to my country and work on film? Stay here. I think you're good to stay here for now. And I think you can still work on film. Just saying. All right, Free Shadow. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. This one's going to be good. My question is, should I start weaning my daughter off my financial support? Man. You know, I was talking to a friend the other day. We were talking about, our grown kids and their families and all of that. And doesn't it feel like, and no shade on the generation, it's not their fault, but doesn't it feel like a lot of young families these days are not as financially stable as like people in my generation felt as we were growing up? And I mean, I think it's societal changes in two ways. The economy is much different than it used to be. And there's more societal pressure to have a particular lifestyle. So there's a lot there. Really interesting. So should I start weaning my daughter off my financial support? She has 2 toddlers, a husband with a decent job, and she got a part-time job. So when we look at that family and how that family is doing, I think here's how it shows up to me. I think they are capable with what they're making of handling the basics, and it's the extras they have a hard time with. So it might be appropriate, like if you were giving regular financial support, it might be appropriate to say, look, okay, in 3 months, I'm going to stop this regular financial support, but when you have need, a big thing comes up, you need swimming lessons for the kid, whatever. A big thing comes up and you don't have the money, come talk to me, we'll see what we can do. So you want to keep the parental bank available, but not the regular support, but also do not cut off the regular support cold turkey. How about that? Right. Free shadow, they aren't, because they pay for stuff we got free. Fact. Combine that with the dopamine hits they get from social media. So true. So freaking true. I don't think it's a good trend. And I love social media. I'm here talking to you on social media right now. But I agree, not great. Lucky Leaf, my great pleasure. Thanks for being here. Free shadow, that's a good idea to plan it with them. Right. Don't be the benevolent dictator. Be family and in conversation about how we're going to handle this. Okay. Christina R., I'm just seeing your feedback now. Yep, that's it. You got to do the magic around this. That's it. Oh, Lucky Leaf, that's very kind of you. Okay. Free shadow, you're so funny. I love this. You read that I shouldn't buy a new car. I went out and bought a great used car. Perfect. Very good. Jeannie Mnuchin, so happy to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. What are the learnings from the Shakespeare performance? Will any of the people involved become friends or artistic connections? Okay, let's work backwards on this. Will any of the people involved become friends? Yes, at least one friend. Artistic connections, yes. And you may not find or use those connections for another 6 months or longer, but they'll be there. You're building that intertwining roots that become that underpinning. Kimmy, you're back. Good. And what are the learnings from the Shakespeare performance? I think artistically, it's a whole different kind of theater you've never done. So I think that's really going to help you. It's also causing you to sit in a very uncomfortable space. And from that, there will be learning and growth and more confidence. It's going to help you with confidence. Seriously. All right. All right. Thank you for that feedback, Rose. See, this is what we're talking about, Gianna. Yes. The old man who lived in our house before us left some of his clothes from the 70s in the attic. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. Yes, that'll be perfect. Baby Cake, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. What should I do in April and May? Stay put and keep looking for a job or go on vacation? I beat myself up about the recent job. I'm back and forth. If I was right or wrong to ask for more money, what do I do? Okay, we'll work backwards on this one. Were you right to ask for more money? Yes, and yes. Because you know yourself well enough to know that if you were doing that work for less money, you would become resentful and it would be a bad scene. So you did the right thing. You absolutely did. Okay, so should you stay and keep looking or just go on vacation? Neither of these feel great. This is stay and keep looking. This is go on vacation. Let's do it again. Stay and keep looking. Go on vacation. Neither of these look great, but I'm kind of a fan of stay and keep looking. I am. Stay and keep looking. All right. Penny for your thoughts. My goal is to make money as well. So I'm just going to go back to a penny for your thoughts real quickly and say, can you make money off your paintings? Yes, as soon as you get over your fear. Can you make money off of hypnosis? For whatever reason, that's going to be harder. And I think it's going to be in the marketing of that's going to be harder. You can do it, but it's going to be harder. Just saying. All right, Diana Price, you are up next. Joyce Ocean, thanks for being with us. Adrija, always a pleasure. Glad to see you. Diana Price, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you so much. This is about housing. Down to two choices. That's hard to say. Down to two choices. Down to two choices. Which will come through first? Will both come through? And which should I choose if both offered? One or two? Okay. Which comes through first? One or two? God, who knows? Do they both? They probably come at about the same time. Do both of them show up? Very likely, yes. So if you end up having to choose between the two, they both have their own ups and downs. They really do. I'm going to say base it on your own instinct and gut because they're both going to have some issues with them. So you'll have to choose what you know you can work with best. But in the long run, will this work out for you? Yes, it will allow you to live your life the way you want to. Yes. Oh, Joyce Ocean, I'm glad the doctor says you're healthy. That's good. That's good. Okay. Hang on a minute. Penny for your thoughts, card for your friend. Happy to do it. My friend Elle is looking for a place to live. Will she find something she can afford soon? Oh man, it's been hard, but yes, I would say if this is hard, it's going to be hard. And it may be through word of mouth or through a friend that she finally does. I think it could happen within the next few months, but I know it's hard. It's a needle in a haystack. Baby cakes. Thanks so much. I keep telling myself I would be resentful really fast. You would be. You are the best. Thank you. You made me laugh even though I feel like crying. I get it. I understand. It's been a hard run. I get it. Okay. Oh, you're very welcome, and Penny, for your thoughts. Smile Soul 20, sending so much love to your family. Okay. Aria Wilson, I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Does Z have, I don't even know this. Okay, starseed ancestry. And you have a specific kind of starseed ancestry that I'm not even familiar with and I'm not sure how to pronounce. But that kind of starseed ancestry, does Z have it? Not necessarily that I would identify. Not necessarily. Well, Penny, for your thoughts, tell her you're welcome. Okay. Joanne Ellis. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Will my partner go back to work in the same job or will he leave? Going back to work in the same job? More likely going, it could go either way, but more likely going back to work in the same job. That's where I'm leaning. All right. Diana, Nine of Cups is one of my favorite cards. Have to think about that reversed. Yeah, no, I hear you. All right, my friends. It seems I've come to the end of the list. If I've accidentally skipped you, I'm so sorry. Please let me know. And if you're here and have not yet asked for a reading, it is last call for readings, y'all. I will be back Monday. I haven't put the link up yet, but I will. Monday morning for your 3-card weekly reading. I am available for readings by Zoom, by phone, by FaceTime, by Skype, WhatsApp, in person in Palm City, whatever works for you. There's a link to book readings right in the description. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for those who helped out with super chats and super stickers. And if you have a StarCon ticket, by the way, there's 2 lounge events today in the StarCon lounges. Katrina Wynn at 2 and Maria Alves Hernando at 5. So if you have a StarCon ticket, you could hop over there and check out those events. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I'll see you on Monday, if not before. Take good care.